Hi, I'm Michael Faribault with Commission for Kids, and today I have Tammy Calabria, who is the Executive Director of the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast. Good morning, Tammy. How are you?
Good morning. I am wonderful. How are you?
Good. I'm glad to have you on. I know you guys are hurting because of COVID and need some donations and things like that. So I just wanted to bring awareness to the community that you guys exist, which I'm sure most people know already. But just bring awareness that you guys need donations, and we're here to help. So let me start with the interview. Tell us about the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast.
The Children's Museum opened in 2008 with 4 exhibits initially, and we've really grown since then because of our generous community and our generous donors. And just the local businesses are always supportive through our events. We typically see about 88,000 visitors each year, and we educate about 10,000 students inside the classroom through our community educational outreach. So we are mobile. We do have a van, our little mobile unit that does travel throughout the Treasure Coast. We go to St. Lucie, Martin, Okeechobee, Indian River, and Northern Palm Beach County, bringing our programs. We have a full menu of programs that are available. And to adjust our programming and try and still have that at the forefront with education, we have decided to keep the museum closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. So we're offering field trips I know that public schools may not be able to do field trips, private schools and daycare centers are still doing field trips. So on Mondays and Tuesdays, those schools can book field trips at certain times throughout the day and have the museum completely to themselves. It would be the same educational opportunity. We link all of our programs with any Sunshine State standards, so it aligns with the curriculum in the classroom, even from the youngest VPK ages. So that's kind of how we're adjusting and trying to boost revenue. We did have a $300,000 loss during our closure. Our summertime is our peak season, and it always gets us through these slower months, which is typical for our area since it is seasonal. We also had to operate at half capacity, less than half capacity for summer camp. So, in order to keep the kids safe, we had groups of 5, so we limited it to 10 kids per camp week, and we usually see about 25 per week. We only saw about a quarter of the visitors through the time period right before the closure. So instead of receiving 50,000 visitors this summer, we probably only received maybe about 5. And a lot of that was prior to the closure. And our budget, really 80% of it is covered. Our operating expenses are covered through gate admissions program revenue, which is with the school districts, and our gift shop and birthday parties. We just started hosting birthday parties again, and we also launched a private playtime session on Sunday mornings. So we have our first one this Sunday. So it gives someone the opportunity to bring in maybe some friends and family, 10 kids for $125. They can come in and have the museum completely to themselves from 10 to 11:30. We're not charging adults, only the kids are being charged, and it's $10 per child over the 10 kids. So it gives them an opportunity to feel safe. Our cleaning protocols have really been stepped up. I mean, we've always really strived to keep the museum clean pre-COVID, but now we have additional floor staff that kind of follows the flow of the people as they enter and exit the exhibits. They're going in, they're wiping and cleaning after each group exits. So we don't have that. Pre-COVID, we had play session times, and it was a little difficult for people to manage that with the time frames that we had set. So in order to respond to their needs, we just decided, okay, we'll have additional floor staff and just step up all our cleaning protocols.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of extra work keeping everything clean. I was on your website, and it talked about membership, a yearly membership for a family of 4. I thought that was fantastic. I didn't even know that was available.
Yes. So memberships actually for the month of, for the week of September 14th through the 20th, we're having a membership flash sale.
Nice.
So people can go on, they can purchase their membership. It's $35 off every membership, and that includes renewals. So even if someone's membership isn't expiring for a couple of months, they can renew, and the start date would be the same. It would just expire their typical cycle that they would always be on. So you're not shorting yourself out by renewing during that period. And then for the month of September, we are offering $50 off every birthday party. So any party, after hours parties we have available for people who want to have their party while the museum's closed. So during the month of September, if you purchase it during the month of September, you get $50 off for any of those parties.
Mm-hmm.
The party does not have to be booked in September. It just has to be purchased in September. So you can book outside of September. Last year we did it where that you had to book within September. And these are just all things we're trying to do to boost, some additional revenue to cover those ongoing essential expenses that we just can't avoid.
Right. Yeah, I saw you also have a grandparents membership. I thought that was fantastic for grandparents to be involved with the children. And, when mom and dad are working, they can take them there and spend a great quality day with them.
It is. And the family membership is really nice also for a family. So it includes the parents and all the children inside the household under the age of 18. Mm-hmm. And then you can also add a grandparent on. So if you want the family to be on the membership and you want to add a grandparent for an additional $10, you can add up to 3 grandparents or 3 caregivers, because sometimes you have a caregiver that's taking care of the kids during the day as well. Mm-hmm. And the grandparent memberships are great for those grandparents that have a lot of grandkids that are coming to town. They can use their grandparent membership for all of their grandchildren.
So what, if I just walked up today with my child, no membership or anything, what would it cost me to enjoy the day there?
We do have a lot of coupons and discounts out there. So Groupon is, especially during this time, is a great opportunity to save a little money. Typically, anyone over the age of 3 is $8.50. Any military or first responders, that person gets in free. So if they show their ID, being a military or first responder, they get in free. So that's another discount we offer. But ages 12 months and under are under 12 months are free. So the little ones are free. And then ages 2 to 3 are $4.25. Okay.
Yeah. I've been to the Children's Museum. I thought it was great. All kinds of kids, very loud in there with the kids screaming.
Yes. The cannons especially get a little
having fun. Yeah. I mean, that's why they're there, to get some energy out and learn, So that's fantastic. How long have you guys been established in the community?
As a founding board, we started in 2001, but we opened in 2008. So it took some time. Most emerging museums take a little time for planning, feasibility studies, and actually funding, getting that first lead donor to step up and contribute, and then others follow, which is what happened in our story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's from what I understand, it costs a lot of money to run the operation there. If you're a philanthropist, I'm sure the Children's Museum could use a donation if you're out there listening. Could you tell me what your current challenges are? Like,
one of our biggest challenges is obviously finances. Luckily we have a reserve fund that we're, having to utilize some of that. So with the concerns of COVID, of course, foot traffic is not what it typically is. Mm-hmm. So, just kind of keeping up with the day-to-day operations and expenses that go along with that. The museum pays over $60,000 a year in insurance alone, and that's an unavoidable cost. Right. Luckily, some of our donors have stepped up, and our board members have stepped up, and they've adopted some of those monthly bills that we can't avoid. Nice. So we've been very fortunate in that regard. But really kind of the other challenge for us is we don't want to lose that education. Children's museums rely on that hands-on experience. And of course, in this touch-free environment, we're trying to find ways where we can still offer the educational experience, but offer it in a more hands-free environment. So we're looking at getting some new technology installed in some of the exhibit spaces that will allow for that still creative, fun play, but in a touch-free environment. I mean, we've done the best that we can to remove soft points and minimize the number of touch points that we have, so it's we can go in and clean everything, and we know that it's safe and secure for people to come and play. So that's, we don't want to lose that education, and being in the school systems is a huge thing for us, going into the classrooms with our outreach programs. And we won't be able to do that this year. So what we did to kind of fill that gap is we partnered with some champions in the community like House of Hope, Elevate Hope, Boys and Girls Clubs of Martin and St. Lucie and Indian River. And with meals that they were giving out in the community, we accompanied those meals with activity kits. So we were finding that there was a large number of kids that don't have computers, they don't have internet access, so we still wanted to keep them engaged. So Sailfish Point Foundation stepped up and they funded some of these activity kits for us, which has been amazing. So we're going to continue doing that. We're actually going to move forward with having our Halloween stroll. Our Halloween events have been a lot of fun. So we're going to have a trick or treat stroll where kids can they'll pay $2 for entry just to cover the cost of the candy and stuff. They'll come in through one way. There'll be a one directional flow of traffic through the museum, through the Explorers Gallery, and through the garden. And we're going to decorate so they can still have that experience in a safe, closed off atmosphere. Because I know that families may be fearful of going door to door.
No, so you're going to do that on October 31st?
October 31st from 4:30 to 6 p.m. So we're looking for businesses to maybe come, kid-friendly businesses or businesses that do advertise to families. And if they adopt an exhibit space, they can bring their promotional items, and then they can also help us hand out candy to kind of cut some of that cost down even more for us. But that's something that we've always kind of been known for, as our trick or treat event. So we didn't want to eliminate it completely. So we're still going to host it.
Yeah. That's good for the kids. They need that still.
Yeah.
I can't even explain what it's like for the kids, and all this new stuff they have to do. I walked into 7-Eleven this morning without my mask on. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh, yes.
I forgot to put it on. Not panic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's going on. But so let's see. What are your goals for next year?
So we still have a lot of really great, exciting projects on the horizon. We've been working closely with Chef Howard, who is opened Pharaoh's Restaurant in Stewart. And we've partnered with him. One of the activity kits that we were giving away is a starter garden kit, and it really took off. Kids were loving planting their own gardens. They shared photos with us of their garden as it grew. So we're starting a project with Chef Howard called Farm to Table Starting from Scratch. So we've been shooting videos, weekly videos, where he's kind of showing step-by-step instructions on how to plant your own garden, then how to maintain it, and then actually how to use the produce from your gardens in simple recipes. So our hope moving forward is that we'll have a speaker series with him here at the museum where we can invite homeschool groups and those virtual learners to actually come and have a demonstration and participate in the demonstration in a safe, spaced environment. Our Explorers Gallery, we still have plenty of space in there to do those kind of things. We have a fishing and boater safety exhibit on the horizon. We have completed all of the plans up through construction drawings, so we're just ready to build that. And then really focusing on how we can still be front and center in the classroom. We're going to start building these educational trunks that align with the classroom curriculum that teachers can check out, bring into the classroom. They can execute all of the materials within the classroom with our instructions, and then we go and take it back. So we don't want to lose that connection with the classrooms, and that's moving forward how we're going to try and do that. we are booking our Eyes Indian traveling exhibit, which has been in the school since 2006 with the Junior League. They actually started doing that as our traveling exhibit before we even opened. So we've had some bookings for that, bringing that that into classrooms as well. That's for fourth grades. They learn about the Florida history in fourth grade, so it aligns with that. And they make pinch pot shell necklaces. They do a little archaeological dig, and then they learn all about the Eyes Indians. So we've got a lot on the horizon actually still.
Right. Yeah. I did see on say 200 children museums out there across the country. Is that correct?
That there's 200. There's 200, about 250 children's museums in the United States. Is that what you're asking? I'm sorry. And
yes, that's what I was thinking.
Sadly, about 15% of those museums have already announced that they're permanently closing. So it's a huge loss for the communities that they're in. You know, we do much more than just offer the space for kids to come and play. You know, we're connected with so many other nonprofits in the community, and we all have really joined forces through this entire COVID. You know, we're on a weekly call with Florida Oceanographic and the Elliott Museum and the Arts Council and, you know, other performing arts and artist groups that, you know, we all share our challenges and we're all there for each other. So we're doing some cross promoting and cross branding to save each other some money during this time, but still be visible. And then the Tourism Development Council, NARISA, has been a huge support of ours. You know, they're doing what they can with Visit Florida and just, you know, keeping our community visible during this time has been one of their priorities too.
Yeah, one of the things I see is how giving each nonprofit is. Like, if you need diapers, oh, here you go.
Yes.
You know? If you need this, here you go. If you need some food, here you go.
Yeah.
And our community is amazing. I love meeting people like you and other nonprofit people that just want to give back to the community. And, you know, I just want to applaud you and what you do to help, you know, families and just grow children, you know, create self-esteem for them, make a positive impact, you know, be a teacher, you know, all that stuff is really important, you know. What I like about it is it's hands-on. When I was at there, it wasn't really like interactive, like you're on your phone or an iPad or something like that. Kids are actually learning that way. So I thought that was great. Also, I wanted to say your 250 children's museums, I read that the membership, you can go to any of those with that membership. So if you're traveling and you wanted to go check out that in a different city or whatever, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, we do have, that's an additional cost. We actually pay to be in that reciprocal program through the Association of Children's Museums. So when you purchase your membership for an additional $15, you can attach that reciprocal program. It used to be free with the membership, but the Association of Children's Museums changed the parameters a little bit. So now you get in for half price, which is still a huge savings. When you go to these larger museums, you know, some of them cost up to $20 per person. So when you're saving half of that during your travels, it's a huge savings. So if someone is traveling and I think once you become a fan of children's museums, I've visited a lot of them as an adult. I didn't as a child, but it's one of my favorite things to do is find the local children's museum when I am traveling, and I have so much fun. And they're so accommodating and welcoming when you go and you say that you work at another museum. And through this, we've also been participating in Zoom meetings and calls with other museums. So, you know, if there's a silver lining in all of this, it's really that everyone has just the collaborations and the relationships that have formed through this entire closure. It's just really brought our community together. And there isn't one person in the nonprofit community that I wouldn't feel comfortable I would feel comfortable calling anyone at a minute's notice, and they would be there for you. Just like we are, we're always here. to support other organizations. We know that it's a challenge during this time, and we're just seeing how we can help each other out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which ultimately, when this is over, is going to make all of our organizations stronger.
Yes.
Because we already have that collaboration down, and how when things are opened up and everything, and wow, let's go.
Yes.
That's
yes.
It's how we're going to be, I'm sure. So
yes.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because you're talking about a shorter staff being there and all that. Do you allow volunteers to volunteer, and can children volunteer to get their community service hours for school?
So one of the great things that we have here is our volunteer base. We have great connections with the high schools, so you do have to be 13 to volunteer. We do offer community service hours. During the closure and during this whole time, we had all of our volunteers signed up for the summer. We get at least 4 volunteers per day during the summer. Come in, they help with our summer camp, they help with just projects and workshops, so we keep them really busy. But then when we closed, their challenge, the high schoolers' challenge was still getting those volunteer hours for their scholarships. So we have this great relationship with the NICE network. It's NISE, and it's all these science kids. So the high school students came, they picked up and checked out the science kit, and then they did a video with the kit, kind of a walkthrough tutorial. And all of the kits really have items in there that are household items that you could do along with them. So they filmed these videos, went through the kits, and then we shared them as virtual learning experiences through Facebook and Instagram. And then we gave them their volunteer hours for that. So, we are always up for volunteers. Of course, we require they wear masks and follow all of our procedures. We do a volunteer orientation before they come in, just to kind of let them know what to expect. And Saturdays and Sundays, if they're free, they can come in, help with birthday parties, help on the floor. We do workshops during the weekends as well, so they can earn their volunteer hours.
Okay, that's fantastic. I know that's I love seeing the kids. I know Elevate Hope and Reno, she has her kids all involved in that.
Yes.
Kids from all over the place. What a way to learn,
Yes.
That's fantastic. So let me just say real quick about Commission for Kids. If you're buying or selling a house and you go through a Commission for Kids agent and you mention the Children's Museum, then that agent will donate a minimum of 5% of their commission to the Children's Museum. So it works that simply. If you're buying or selling a house and you want to give money back to your community, just go to Commission for Kids, look up an agent, and we're giving money back. So I just wanted to share that out.
Thank you. I appreciate all your efforts. This is just wonderful.
Oh, my pleasure. I just, speaking to people like you and learning how people are helping each other, and it just fills my heart, so that's, why I'm doing this, and just want to get back to our community and things like that. So if someone wanted to go donate right now, where would they go? www.childrensmuseumtc.org. Our little fish is there, which is our donate button, will pop up right away, and you can donate right there online. We appreciate it when donors cover the cost for the transaction expense, but again, any donation matters. We're really trying to push and encourage, and this is for any nonprofit organization, if you have an additional $10 a month and you can sign up for a $10 a month gift to any organization that you love, it adds up. If you have 100 people donating $10 a month, that adds up for a year. That pays, a bill for a year. So that's what we're really trying to encourage people to do. If it's not to the Children's Museum, if it's to any other nonprofit organization, it's lunch, for a day. Right.
That you can donate. But those recurring donations are vital to the survival of a lot of the nonprofits that are going through challenging times right now. So don't think any amount is too small.
Right.
All adds up. Be a big donor, $5, whatever it is, it goes very far to support each other's mission.
One thing I wanted to mention also is if you shop on Amazon and you go to smile.amazon.com, you can actually pick the nonprofit that you want.
Yes.
I think it's half a percent
Mhm.
goes towards that nonprofit when you shop, but you have to go to smile.amazon.com to do the shopping. It's all linked to your accounts and stuff. So it's
You
just.
can access that right on our website as well. Our link is right on our website.
Yes, I did see that.
Smile.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that. That was awesome. Again, I'm just about trying to help you get, the most money you can to help the children and educate them. So, real quick, what is your handle on Facebook, Instagram?
Oh my goodness. You know what? I should know that off the top of my head. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I have it here. It's let's see. If you just go on Instagram, it's the Children's Museum TC, and let's see, Facebook, it would be the Children's Museum TC also. So you can go there, learn all about your programs, I imagine, see what you guys do. I'm sure if someone wanted some interactive stuff for their children while they're at home or need a little extra, do you guys have that on your website that a parent could go download an activity or something like that?
We are going to be doing that, but just so you know, on Wednesdays we are live streaming our workshops that we're doing on site, and we're trying to use again materials that people would have at home to be able to do the workshop, and a lot of them they have at home, so they can replay that video that we're posting on Wednesdays. And then on Fridays, what we're doing is, the children's museums and other museums and venues that have these big production companies are doing great work. So we're sharing a lot of what they're doing as educational content. You can use it in your the virtual experiences that are offered. So we're kind of linking everyone to those resources as well in those videos. Mm-hmm. Houston Children's Museum is one that's great. They have a full menu every single day that they do. We share a lot of their stuff on Fridays. So we do kind of a Facebook Friday, and then we do workshop Wednesdays. Mm-hmm. You can come in on Wednesday and do the workshop in person, but we didn't want people who were still staying at home to miss out too. So we are still offering that. That's
fantastic. Tammy, I want to thank you for doing this interview with me, and everyone go out to the Children's Museum and spend money, get some memberships, donate, do whatever you have to do. They are phenomenal in how they help our community, teach our children. We got to help nonprofits stay in business. Please do.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tammy. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Thanks.